Okay, today we're going to work on subtracting. Once again, we must always estimate. Guys, no matter if I say it or not, you have to have your estimate on the page when you're doing a problem. Estimating is so important. Should be quick and easy. Hannah has 3 and 3,600 kilograms of apples and 2 and 28 hundredths kilograms of oranges. Hannah estimates she has about 1 more kilogram of apples than oranges. How many more kilograms of apples than oranges does Hannah have? How can you use this estimate to decide if your answer is reasonable? Okay, so let's first estimate. If I look at the 3 and 3/6 hundredths, the 3 tells my whole number to stay the same, so 3, and my 2 in my oranges, in my tenths place tells my whole number to stay the same. 3 wholes subtracted by 2 wholes equals 1 whole. So I would say she did a good estimate. So now let's look at here. We're going to look at the hundredth spot, because we always do the ones or the lowest number first. So if I look at this, then I've got how many hundredths minus 8 hundredths? I only have 6 hundredths here. 6 minus 8 hundredths. Can I do that? No, I have to regroup. So I have to go over, just like when we do a subtraction, I have to regroup. I have to borrow from my neighbor, and I borrowed a tenth, and I gave it to my hundredths, so now I have 16 hundredths. So can I do that? Sure I can. 16 hundredths take away 8 hundredths is 8. I have 2 tenths left. Can I take away 2 tenths? Yep, I have a 0. Next most important thing is drop down your decimal in order. And so I have 2 tenths left. I'm sorry. And I have 3 tenths, 3 whole ones. Take away 2 ones, and I have a 1. Well, if I look at my rounding, I had 1. That looks pretty reasonable to 1.8 hundredths. Now, if I had to draw a quick picture of this, what would this look like? Okay, so if I look here, first I'm going to draw my 6 hundredths. Well, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 hundredths, my 3 tenths, and my 3 whole. And if I'm going to subtract from there, I'm going to subtract, I can't subtract from here, so I have to borrow 1 from here, which will give me 10 more hundredths. Now can I take 8 away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many do I have left? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 left. I have 3 tenths left. I have 2 tenths left, and I have to take 2 tenths away, so I have 0. I have my decimal. I have 3 wholes. I'm taking 2 away. I only have 1 left. So she has 1.8 hundredths. Since 1.8 hundredths is close to 1, it's a reasonable answer. Let's move on to the next page. So let's look here. Use addition to check your work. Oh, awesome. I love it when we check our work. So how do we check our work when we have a difference? Well, once we find the difference of this problem, so let's quick do the difference here. Well, I can't do this, right? So I have to regroup. And now this becomes 10. And I have a 7 here. And can I do this? No, I have to regroup. Now I have 11. I can do that. 11 take away 6 is 5. I drop down my decimal, and I do 3, take away 8, can't do it. Whoops, sorry. So I go borrow again. 13 take away 8 is 5. So how do I check my work with this subtraction? I take my difference, which is the answer to a subtraction problem, and I put it on the top as an add-in. Then I take what's next above it and the number I subtracted from, and now I add those together. And when I do that, and this answer, whoops, sorry, I added it wrong. This answer should match that answer. If it doesn't, that's telling you something is wrong. So we're going to move down here, and we are going to estimate. And once we estimate, we're going to do this subtraction problem, and we're going to check our work. Please do one from this row and one from this row. Once you get that done, let's go to the next page. I'm missing a page, so just hold on. Okay, this page is the same as when we were adding, only this time we're subtracting. So I want you to pick 7 or 8, I don't care. Or I would like you to do 1 from this row. You're looking for n. How do you find that? Challenge yourself a little bit. If you want a challenge, 10 would be a good one to challenge yourself on. Please do 1 from each one of these rows. Now when I tell you to do these from each row, that means you estimate, you check, you do the subtraction problem, and you check your work. I should see all of that on your page. Then let's go on to, we'll skip this one and come back to it if we have time. Homework, once again, 1 from here, 1 from here, 9 or 10. On the back, 1 or 2, and all of the bottom. If you have time, come back to the challenge page.